Come quickly, Gwendellarima. Come quickly.
My princess, whatever is the
Oh,
matter?
Gwendellarima, it is tragic. It is the end of all good things. We have lived too long, Gwendellarima. Would that we had never seen this day.
Your Majesty,
Yes.
what has upset you so? Shall I call the guards? Are you in any danger?
Worse, Gwendellarima, worse. And do not call the guards. They are dull, and the new one did not wink at me as I went past.
Does Your Majesty wish to instruct her personal unit of heavily armed and expertly trained knights of the Royal Legion to wink at her as she passes by?
Yes, but only the cute one.
Very well, Your Majesty.
Oh no, wait! Come back, Gwendellarima!
What? Your Majesty, I absolutely live to serve you. But I can only deal with one crisis at a time. Allow me to speak to the guard, and now...
No, but Gwendellarima, do you not realize why the guard did not wink at me?
One imagines it was because he values both his job and his life.
No, it is because I am hideous.
You are not hideous this morning, Your Majesty.
It has come upon me all of a sudden, Gwendellarima. All is lost.
Okay. I assure you, Your Majesty, that you look quite yourself as always. Have I ever lied to you? No. And if I may say so, one would expect Estolwyn, Estrelda, Elspeth, Her Royal Highness, daughter of the King, Princess of the Realm, heir to the throne, and keeper of the Chalice of Virtue, to devote her attention to more important things.
Gwendellarima! Do hurry, Gwendellarima!
Oh, Your Majesty, have we been struck with sudden ugliness again?
Do not be silly, Gwendellarima. I took your scolding to heart, and I went out among the people to find something worthy of the attentions of Estolwyn Estrelda Elspeth, Her Royal Highness, daughter of the King, Princess of the Realm, heir to the throne, and keeper of the Chalice of Virtue.
Oh, and what did we find, Your Majesty?
It is most terrible, Gwendellarima. I have discovered that my good father, our loving king, is not in fact good, nor is he loving.
Bite your tongue, Your Majesty. The king is all loving and most generous. He has no equal in goodness or in compassion.
But Gwendellarima, his compassion does not extend to all.
Princess, who put these lies in your head?
That matters not.
Oh, it most certainly does, Your Majesty, for these lies come perilously close to treason.
But there is proof.
What proof?
Gwendellarima, do we not live lives free of oppression and fear?
We do, Your Majesty.
Yes, and are we not secure, Gwendellarima, knowing our kingdom is eternal and our king our most steadfast guardian and friend?
Of course, as is everyone in your father's kingdom.
But that's just it, Gwendellarima. Oh, I am the princess to a throne of cruelty. I must retire from society.
Your Majesty...
No, the world shall look upon me no more.
Your Majesty, won't you...
No.
Just tell me.
No.
Estolwyn Estrelda Elspeth. Is this the way the Princess of the Realm, heir to the throne and keeper of the Chalice of Virtue behaves?
You are cross with your princess, Gwendellarima.
My princess, you have spoken strong words unfounded against my king. I will have an explanation, a full explanation, in detail. Now, if you please.
Then we must send for the guards, Gwendellarima.
My princess, I have cared for you since you were a babe in my arms. I have loved you as my very own.
Yes, Gwendellarima, and that is why we need the guards, for my story is quite long and I shall tell it poorly. You will need a chair, Gwendellarima, to rest your weary bones.
I am capable of moving a chair across the room, Your Majesty.
Oh, I do forget you are quite strong for your age, Gwendellarima.
Yes, Your Majesty. Shall I fetch the chair?
If you must, Gwendellarima, but it does seem terribly like work, and I do wish you would send for the guards.
Now that we are comfortable and we've had our snack, will Your Majesty please explain yourself?
Well, I went out among the people, Gwendellarima, as you suggested, and at first it was very dull, and the roads were dusty, and the sunlight made me squint, and things did not always smell most pleasant, Gwendellarima.
Well, where people are hard at work, that is often the case, Your Majesty.
Yes, one cannot help but feel that work should be avoided.
Perhaps that is a lesson for another day. Please go on.
I was about to come home when someone called out to me, and he was tall and on his way to do something with horses.
With horses, Your Majesty?
Yes, he said, "Fair maiden, thou strikest me most familiar. Cometh thou here often?"
Of course he did.
Yes, and I said, "Here, ew, I am Estowin Istrilda Elspeth, Her Royal Highness, daughter of the King, Princess of the Realm, heir to the throne, and keeper of the Chalice of Virtue."
I suppose it is too much to hope that he bowed reverently and then took his leave?
That's when he said the thing about the horses.
Horses, you're sure?
Yes, he said he was an actor on his way to rehorse something.
And what did you say, Your Majesty?
I said that I was not in the mood for horses, except, of course, Video, my little pony. But he clasped my hands, clasped it, Gwendellarima, and he said, "Oh, Estowin Estrilda Elspeth, Her Royal Highness, daughter of the King," so on and so on. And anyway, one thing led to another, and I agreed to lunch.
Have we reached the part of the story about the king?
Yes. Well, at first we talked about things like my favorite color and why all the palace guards should wear pink. He was very interested.
I'm sure.
And then I said how good and kind father is for buying me Video, my pony. And that is when, Gwendellarima, I learned the dreadful truth.
What did this person tell you, Your Majesty?
Gwendellarima, you must brace yourself. Gwendellarima, did you know that there is suffering in the world?
Yes, everyone knows that, Princess.
But why does the king not do something about it?
He provides most generously for anyone who is part of his
But he does not provide for anyone who is outside. He does not answer their petitions, nor does he send them scrolls on their birthdays. I have learned of my father's heartlessness, and I am undone.
Princess, sit up, sit up. The king cannot take care of those who are not in his kingdom. They do not belong to him. There are laws, Princess, and as a just and righteous ruler, your father is bound by them.
Laws are a silly excuse. If the king wanted to help them, surely he could.
This is what that person told you?
Yes. He was very deep, Gwendellarima.
I suppose he was very handsome as well.
One does not care to listen to ugly people, Gwendellarima.
Your Majesty, a pretty face may hide an ugly heart.
I hid an ugly bird once, Gwendellarima. Do you recall?
It was a bat, Your Majesty.
Foul, ugly bird. That wicked merchant told me it would talk, but it did not. He was a dreadful liar, Gwendellarima. All it did was soil my handkerchief and hang from the ceiling.
Yes, Your Majesty, and your actor is just as wicked.
He soils handkerchiefs and hangs from the ceiling.
No. Well, no. He's not like the bat.
No.
Oh, he is more like the merchant. He also has sold you a lie. Your father's kingdom is open to all who wish to enter it. If anyone in bondage cries out for rescue, he sends whole battalions out to their rescue.
But is it not a power play to make them ask for help?
Would it not be tyranny to exert his will where his will is not welcome?
Smaller words, please, Gwendellarima. My head is light from lack of tea. You are saying my father is good and kind and loving.
Yes, Princess, as you well know.
But what about those poor lost souls? What about the bad things that happen out there where my father's rule is not known?
Anyone who wishes may escape their poverty and their torment at any time. There is a gate for just that purpose. All who enter through it become instantly citizens of the kingdom, protected and provided for.
'Tis an exceeding narrow gate.
'Tis a gate wide open.
On my way back to the castle, Gwendellarima, I passed a group of children at play. They were singing a song about the gate.
Your father's subjects have many songs about the gate, Your Majesty.
They were exceeding happy and grateful.
As we all are who have entered through that narrow way and found salvation.
It is good of my father to make a way for people to come to his kingdom.
Very good.
And it is kind of him to rescue all those who call for help.
Very kind.
It is loving to forgive all their past mistakes and let them begin anew here under his righteous reign.
Yes, indeed, my princess.
Gwendellarima, I am wroth.
Yes, it is past the hour, isn't it? Shall I ring for tea?
This is not about tea, Gwendellarima. But yes, I am wroth, Gwendellarima, at that horrid liar, that treacherous fool, that actor who has tried to poison my mind against the king.
Indignation is appropriate, even praiseworthy, Your Majesty, but we...
Tonight, Gwendellarima, you and I shall cloak ourselves in black. We shall arm ourselves. We shall go to the theater. And then when we see that person, we shall fiercely boo him and pelt his big stupid head with fruits and vegetables nearing over ripeness.
Your Majesty, is it not best to let the king recompense his subjects' ill deeds?
Not tonight, Gwendellarima. Tonight, we ride.
Thanks for watching. At Fly By Light Media, we choose freedom over comfort and truth over popularity. We hope you will too.
You can buy cool tees and hoodies like this one through the link in the description, and also click here to watch more videos.
Together, we are Fly By Light Media, and we rise to shine.